Hey, so I wanted to take a minute and share something that's been coming up for me for a while, and what fun, sexy, juicy adventure I am about to partake in to transform that within myself. And before I kind of get into what that is, I have about 20 minutes before I'm supposed to head in. So I'm actually in this beautiful parking lot right now. But first I'd love to kind of explain kind of how it started. And it was with this amazing, empowered, beautiful, sexy goddess woman, friend of mine, who's an entrepreneur and a creator and so full of momentum and motivation. And she's in the process of everything that she's creating and doing, and I feel like, as myself included, and maybe some of you also, as we're wanting to build these things in our life, this kind of driven energy can be seen a little bit as like masculine energy. And I feel like that's kind of a conversation that's been more coming up for myself and kind of been going around is how do we create this balance of masculine, feminine energies within us when we're so inspired to create something and go after it. But like I said, that can be seen as masculine energy. And as a woman, I want to be able to do that and cultivate that. But then how do I balance my feminine? How do I come back into that radiance of just goddess energy or queen energy and that empowered state as a woman? And I feel like just equally as men, they're finding their own balance of masculine, feminine energies. But we got into this conversation about it where, it's like, how do we create that? How do we do that? How do we go after our dreams and create the things that we want to and cultivate and hone in this masculine energy as a woman? And then how do I balance that out with remaining feminine, or being able to kind of navigate the waters of both? And so what came up was she invited me to a pole dancing class, which is where I am today. And as soon as she said it, as soon as we were it was kind of that momentum energy of gosh, yeah, what do we do? And then as soon as she said it, I was like, it felt so good in my body to be yes, I don't have to pick one or the other. I don't have to just be masculine or just be feminine. I can go fully into as much masculine energy as I want to, but then how am I finding this thing to, create that juicy essence of being a woman? That's our empowered state. That's our creative energy. That's our life force. Women are so, we're able to give birth and cultivate and create life, and yet at the same time, we want to use that energy and we want to create the things that we want to manifest into the world. And so, sometimes it's okay, in order to get back into that feminine, it's take a bubble bath or something very soothing. And yet at the same time, I was okay, for women who are just super high achievers and goes after so much with so much intensity and energy, you need more than a bubble bath, And so as soon as she was yes, let's take a pole dancing class, I like I said, I just felt everything in my body that just screamed absolutely, that will bring back in this kind of this Shakti energy, this essence of, driving so hard with something all day and then being able to come to a class gets me back into my sexy, gets me back into my feminine, my womanhood, that's as equally drastic, if you want to say, so far into the feminine as I go so equally far into my masculine. And so I just really wanted to share my experience with that and what I'm about to do, that I'm so excited to embark on, and how that's going to, fill me up even more. And when I fill up more of my creative side, my feminine side, I feel then I'll have so much more energy to then go back into the masculine and create and bring forth those things into the world with that masculine energy. So, I'm wondering, you know, if you feel called to share like what shows up for you in that same dynamic of, you know, are you asking that same question of how do I balance masculine, feminine, whether you're a guy or a girl. Like, guys are dealing with this and women are dealing with this. Whether you're a guy who wants to take a pole dancing class, I mean, I talked to a guy who did. I thought that was kind of awesome. I don't know if that's like a man kind of bringing in then more of the feminine energy. That could be kind of fun. But whether you're a man or a woman, like how, you know, if this question shows up for you, or ask yourself this question on how you create that in your life, or how you balance that in your life, and then the things, like, what do you do? What do you do to create that equal balance so that you're really able to step into your next level and step into who you want to be in the world, and not being afraid to do that, but those things that will like give you extra fuel to build that and create that. And I don't know, I feel like it's all about balance. I'm a Libra, so all about balance. But I just really, I felt called to share that in this moment as I have 5 minutes to go in. So, yeah, I feel like if that's something that inspires you, if you're a highly driven woman who's going after her dreams and everything that she wants to create, I don't know, maybe try it and see what happens for you. But I'd love to hear your comments and hear what shows up for you. So I hope everybody has a beautiful evening. I feel like I'm going to. And I wish you all the best in your transformations and creating balance in your life and stepping into your authentic empowerment and bringing forth all of your dreams that you have in your life, because we're all here to bring something and we're all here to support each other in doing that. So having those solid, beautiful ladies around you that are like, yes, let's bring in more Shakti and let's like thrive at our highest potential and balance out that masculine and feminine on both sides of the pendulum. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and blessings, much love.